Secularism hasn't killed anyone. Wait, what? Well now, Mr. Macron, I can only help but to ask two questions from your statement. Either you're just plain ignorant to see the barbarity of France's secular history, or you're just a plain lying hypocrite. In order to find out, let's take a walk down memory lane. As with all colonial empires, France has had a fair share of bloodshedding, pillaging, and oppressing natives in their own respective lands. The size of the land occupied by France in the 19th and 20th century is a testament to that fact. From different continents, millions of people were subjected to oppression, humiliation, and repression. First stop, Algeria. Over the course of 132 years of French colonialism over Algeria, there were some of the worst reported crimes against humanity ever seen in the history of colonialism. 1.5 million people were reportedly murdered, displaced from their homes, or went missing because of their occupying French forces. The only reason why France even left Algeria is because they were forced to cede their control in the 50s and the 60s. To add insult to injury, France took the skulls of almost 40 Algerians who were decapitated for resisting French colonial forces and stored them in a museum in Paris to be held as trophies. Oh, and by the way, that museum is known as the Museum of Mankind. The Algerian people had been demanding them back for years on end and have only just received them back this year in 2020. Or what about the Vel d'Hiv roundup in 1942, whereby French police officers working alongside Nazi soldiers rounded up 13,000 Jews in a cycling stadium in Paris, only then to be deported to Auschwitz where they were murdered. Or how about in 1961, in the final months of the Algerian War, when peaceful protesters descended upon the streets of Paris, French security forces wouldn't hear any of it, so they were quickly dispatched to quash the demonstration by going on a murderous rampage. Some historians estimate that they massacred as many as 200 people. They even threw bodies into a river when they finished the murdering. Or what about the French colonial rule in Vietnam, whereby masses of Vietnamese natives were deprived of basic human rights by the implementation of social policies created by their French rulers. Also, after the Second World War, the Prime Minister ordered the shelling of 6,000 Vietnamese people. There are so many more cases where secular France has perpetrated acts of violence against people from all around the world, and these are only a few. So when Macron says secularism hasn't killed anyone, what exactly is he talking about? Is he just ignorant of secular France's violent history, or is he just a plain lying hypocrite? Well, a brief look into Macron's political career shows that he is indeed well aware of at least some of France's war crimes. So I guess that leaves us with only one option. I'll leave that with you to work out.